Hi, it's Barb Maple PhD, and my favorite play of April 2022 is Mysterium. This is a slightly older game that we got to the table a few times this month. It's a cooperative deduction game where players are trying to solve the mystery of a ghost's death. One of the players plays the ghost, and they are giving visions to the other players to help them identify a set of murder location, and means of their death. But of course, they can't just do this by talking to them. Instead, they are giving them vision cards, which are Dixit-esque cards. If you're not familiar with that game, these are very fanciful cards, dreamlike quality, where there's just a lot going on the card, and not all of it makes sense together necessarily, and lots of little details and things that you can pick out. The game is played in rounds where the ghost gives a vision to one or more vision cards to each of the other players, and then the other players have 2 minutes once the last vision is given out to try and pick, first of all, the first round they're trying to pick the person who the ghost is trying to point them to. And they get to talk about what's on their vision card and finally ultimately make a vote with their little pawn. If they're correct, they get to move on. In the next round, they'll be looking for a location. If they're incorrect, then they have to go back and try again with the person. And different players can be trying to find different things throughout the game. So one player might be all the way up to the motive or weapon, while one is still down trying to find their person. But it always brings a lot of fun conversation to the table because of those bizarre cards that are handed out. Is the ghost trying to point me to the little flowers that are on this card, and maybe that's the gardener-like person? Or is it the medal-like thing on there pointing me to the general? And so when we get this out, there's a lot of laughter. The ghost is usually a little frustrated with the cards in their hand, and even though they're not supposed to communicate with us, they do. I often play the ghost. This month I got to play on the other side of the screen, which was a lot of fun too, and I understood the ghost's frustration because there's never quite the right card in hand to point someone in the right direction. It's a great game for when you have a bunch of people. It plays up to 7, and so if you've got a group and you don't quite want to split up yet, it's a great game to bring out at that point. If this sounds at all interesting, go check out Mysterium. Otherwise, go check me out somewhere on the internet. I am at MaplePhD on Instagram and Twitter, and I have my own YouTube channel where I connect astronomy and board games. We'll see you next month.